Hey everyone, skull902 here along with KN of SonicSong182.
Hello, everybody. This is KN, just like the man said. Hi.
Yeah, we just came over from Fun Friday, had some fun with a very clutch, I would say, ending to Maria and Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Uh, uh, Playing as Shadow over Sonic, so that was like the Sonic path. If you're joining me now, I'm going to be playing as Knuckles, so there's a bit of difference between the story paths there. You'll see as we get into this. We are running just a few minutes behind schedule, so let's just jump right on in, shall we? And
Let's launch in.
get this going.
And I love Knuckles' campaign in the Sonic 3 game. He's my favorite boy for a reason, and this is where I met him.
Yeah, and that's like, aside from keeping things simple, like that's the exact reason actually why I chose to do this here run here today. Just kind of a nice coincidence that KN also happened to be. Monkey Dude, no! I didn't mean to!
You killed him! You killed him!
Hold on, we have to redeem ourselves.
We gotta start over. This isn't right.
Absolutely not.
Horrendous. Unacceptable.
Very unacceptable. Hold on. Let's not do this too fast.
Yes, let's actually visit Monkey Dude.
Alright, Monkey Dude.
Hi, Monkey
I'm so
Dude.
sorry. I'm so sorry,
yeah.
Monkey Dude. Please forgive me.
We didn't mean
And
to
in fact-
kill you instantly.
There you go.
You're letting him take revenge.
Indeed.
Oh God. Yeah, we were getting Skull redeemed for his sins.
Exactly.
Thank you for the member message, James D. Morris. They were saying, "Hey, 13-month solid hogging time, baby. Yeah, sweet."
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being a Skull902 channel member.
Thank you.
Lyrical Miracle said, Monkey Dude forgives you. And Great Waluigi said, #praise Monkey Dude.
Yes, indeed. I'm getting some real problems with Kega Fusion here, so I think I might just... I didn't want to do it, but I might just have to switch out to Sonic Origins here, actually.
Ooh. Oh, we gotta play the Origins route. Yeah, no, but the original is, it's even better. Most of the time, I think people just, when we get the ports, we just want, like, the base game. Maybe with updated graphics, I'm like, don't mess with anything. Don't change the music, no nothing.
Yeah, so I'm going into Sonic Origins, everybody. Just a brief moment.
Alright, it's better to keep it smooth. Leanne Davis says, "Hi, Skull."
Hello.
Hello. Who else do we have in chat right now? There's Leo22040, Ultra Sonic Hero is here saying, "I thought I'd stop by and support the live stream for about an hour." Nice, thank you.
Hello.
Sun Swift is here saying, "I am tired from riding in the car."
Oh,
Sorry. Man. That can be exhausting even if you're not the one driving.
And it'll be me tomorrow, Swift.
Oh no. Well, you have some more fun at the end, so
yeah,
there's that at
true.
least.
You know what? Let's do like this actually.
Do I need the screen share on this one, or is that messing it up? Because I can just watch with the stream lag if that helps.
Oh, I am sharing. It shouldn't be messing anything up.
Okay. I got kicked out. Okay, it's working now. Sorry. I got kicked out earlier when we had to switch, so something strange happened. I just didn't want to make it blow up. Oh, Knuckles is trying to have a calm day.
Yeah, I have no idea what was going on there. I was noticing problems yesterday with McDonald's Treasureland Adventure as well, but it wasn't nearly as bad as I was getting there. Like, my controls just straight up weren't working there for a bit. Alright.
Input problems.
And once again, Monkey Dude, please forgive. All right.
Yeah, you don't know what crimes we committed in the other port of the game here. So preemptive, forgive us, please. Alright, now we can watch someone who knows what they're doing play Blue Sphere.
I'll give it my best go.
I did, you know, I do respectably. I just don't have like a exceptional skill in this one or anything. So sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. I can often eventually get the emeralds, but I usually do not get the super emeralds until I've like done like the playbacks and stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh, he's knocking me out by itself.
Huh.
There we go.
I'm wondering if I've got some like internet thing going on, maybe because YouTube glitched out. I would really hate to have to like cancel this.
Well, let me stop streaming your POV, and I'll watch with the lag, and I'll see if just that little bit of like CPU helps smooth it out a little.
Why is it stuck? Yeah, I'm really not sure.
The slow approach of the emerald.
Yeah, I might be having like it's going better than it was with Fusion, that's for sure, but
What's that? Fusion?
oh,
was it a game?
Oh, no, my totally legitimate Sega Genesis.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Well, OBS
Garage
isn't giving
sale
me.
Purchased and certified.
OBS is saying that like my dropped frames are 0, so it must be something either with my internet maybe or YouTube in general.
Why tube? Why?
And I don't know. We'll see if it continues. If it does, I may just have to abandon. Which would
or stop a second, restart machinery, and then jump in again and pretend it didn't happen.
I don't know. Because I'm more willing to believe that it's not a hardware issue and it's the internet, because YouTube did just totally mess up on me, and it was just YouTube. Earlier when I couldn't load the chat for a good bit.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think that's logical.
I don't think it's the game switch. Oh god. It just completely paused for a while.
Go really, really fast. Oh, I keep forgetting that there's little differences between the one in Origins and the original, and sometimes it makes me question, like, was that always there? Am I misremembering? Because that time it had like an army of those like little machines flying around. I was like, was that always there?
Gosh, who was that? Yaval? Under normal circumstances, I would certainly finish the game. Now I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to be able to, because
we're having input problems.
I'm getting some stutter. It's not affecting my input problems here in Origins. It certainly was on my first attempt here, but I'm thinking that my internet connection might be a bit slow today. Because either that or it's YouTube. Because YouTube was giving me problems.
Have hurricanes come through lately?
Nope. Don't get hurricanes here in Michigan.
I don't get any of those either.
But I'm noticing like some kind of weird issue.
What is your primary natural disaster in your area?
Michigan averages about 18 tornadoes a year.
Tornado, I think that's what I was thinking of. I knew you had wind problems over there.
Yeah, so we're not like the highest in tornadoes, but it can definitely be a problem.
Oh, wreck up a house easy.
Oh yeah.
Sunscript says tornadoes and hail. Crossmare was saying, it seems a bit worse in Blue Spheres than in the regular stages. Blue Spheres takes, like, a lot to run really smooth.
It's certainly noticeable in the blue sphere more than anything. And to Ultra, Ethernet with my setup would be very awkward and like not work, unfortunately.
I haven't thought about Ethernet cables in a long time.
I think it might be YouTube specific.
Tube! Why?
Because when I was having those problems seeing your chat, for instance, it was just YouTube that wasn't working properly. Every other site I tried going on was loading just fine. Discord was just fine. I mean, I could certainly play the game. It's just the experience is a bit bugged out.
A special Knuckles passage.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
why it's so cool and just bust walls open. I guess you go to special areas.
Oh, okay, that was definitely an input problem. Should not have gotten hit there.
If everything with your equipment were to run smoothly, Skull, Yuval was asking, do you plan to get all of the Chaos Emeralds and Super Emeralds?
That was the plan.
Skull actually has the ability to do it, but there's tech issues today.
There appears to be some technical problems here today. Might just might just be like a shortened Hangout stream if it becomes a real problem.
You know what? Fair enough. You got announcements to reiterate still. Zoron Drago, welcome to the chat. Kel978, welcome to the chat.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I guess I don't really have any news at all, except that I'm working on Ask the Sonic Heroes episode 50, and it's gonna take forever. It's gonna take so long.
Oops.
It's
okay,
already
that one was
taken
on
so
me.
long. Oh, issues arise.
Oh,
I just saw it. It's the spike ball.
the spike ball was on me. You didn't at least do all the Chaos Emeralds. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I certainly could do all the Chaos Emeralds in a fairly orderly fashion.
I forget, by which level are you capable of getting all the emeralds?
Hydro City.
Right. So by second
well,
level is technically possible.
With Sonic and Tails at least, actually. With Knuckles, you need to go to Marble Garden to get it as quick as possible.
Aha.
Mr.
Hey,
Twits
Mr.
roll.
Swissroll.
Hello. We are experiencing some weird technical issues.
You know, I was having weird technical issues of a completely different type before the Fun Friday stream, so I ended up doing just like a whole extra stream just to make sure it was all working. It was a microphone problem for me though, because at first it wasn't responding anymore, and so I was taking out the plug and putting it back in, and the microphone just wasn't lighting up, so I was like, oh no, that's not good. Welcome to Fun Friday, where only Skull speaks. I'll just wiggle Maria's little VTuber around, it'll entertain everyone. But in the end, it worked out, things were smooth, so everything worked out.
Yeah. And then here, I guess it's my connection to YouTube. Very, like, specifically YouTube for whatever reason. Kel is asking, what the thoughts were on Sonic X Shadow Generations Dark Beginnings.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh man. I was kind of debating on whether to save my thoughts for like a proper review video or just saying it outright on stream at some point, because like I'm already working on a good few videos, so it's like, do I really want to add another one to the ever-growing list? I mean, I could.
If you want to talk about your thoughts without spoiling it for me, I can deaf mute for a moment and get a drink or something.
Well, I mean, I could just say like a short general thought without like mentioning very specific plot details. I would say that some of what they had in there, like plot-wise, I thought was weird for continuity reasons and all that. But like as far as the production and everything goes, I thought the animation was kind of a mixed bag in that. Like, it looks really, really good when it wants to, like for the action sequences and stuff, but, like, okay, this is where I'm gonna have to go. Goodness. But for, like, those, the incidental sort of stuff, you know, just, like, characters just talking to each other, shots that aren't, like, that visually important, like, it looks like they, you know, it looks a bit lifeless, in my opinion. So it's just kind of like my short thoughts on the animation. The voice acting, again, mostly good, but there are definitely some points here and there where I'm just like, you know. That vocal song that we got, though, my god. Am I just at where I would have been at otherwise? Oh well. I guess I lost that emerald somewhere in the shuffle. Unless if I really, really want to go for it. Oh, no.
The last part came out when again? It was a 3-parter.
Yesterday.
Yesterday is when it came out. Yeah, I was so busy yesterday. I had a meeting at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh my.
That day was packed full of stuff just happening all over the place. So I was trying to save it so I could watch the whole thing as like one 15-minute cartoon instead of watching it in pieces. I figured I might as well.
Yeah. Are you getting the game, and if so, on what platform?
Me?
Yeah.
Whatever plays it on PC, and yes.
Oh, gotcha. Because,
I'm a PC gamer only. I own no consoles now that I'm able to stream from.
Gotcha. So, like, they're doing this really weird thing on PS5 where, like, if you get the digital deluxe version or whatever, and it's PS5 exclusive, that they're putting, like, extra scenes in there and stuff, and I'm just like, you know, if you're gonna do something like that, then the digital deluxe version for other platforms should have been cheaper.
Those are gonna end up on YouTube pretty quick.
Yeah. That's the other thought of it. Because like it's not like it isn't gonna end up on YouTube, but at the same time, it's just weird. Especially since PlayStation's just historically been like sales-wise and whatnot, like Sonic's worst platform.
He did pretty well on Nintendo Wii, didn't he?
That was the input dropping. This is weird.
Oh.
I don't know what's going on here today.
Everyone, we have collectively hallucinated the special stage ending that way. We must all forget what we've seen. It is our fault, not his.
Nah, it's I don't know what the hell's going on.
Ooh, Sunswift said, Can, did you throw your Genesis away? No, never. It's in storage, though. I live in a very, very small place. It's so small it doesn't have a kitchen. Or a kitchen sink, even. I don't have a lot of room, so...
You live in a closet?
It does have a closet, that's nice. It has a closet, a bathroom, and then a main room, and then that's all. I mean, I have a fridge and like a coffee maker and appliances, but there's no actual kitchen. I just picked a corner of the room to put those things in.
That's
all of my
awful.
things are in storage. It's kind of a bummer. I wish I had one more window to get a cross breeze through here because, man, during the summer when it got hot. I think my brain melted. At least some of it. It was terrible. I couldn't stay awake to get my editing done. I was just laying there like falling asleep because it was so hot.
Oh man.
Oh, but that's how it is. A lot of my things are in storage. It'd be nice if I someday lived somewhere that was large enough for me to like actually have all my stuff out. That'd be dope. But who knows? Who knows? And the rent is still expensive. You guys know how it is.
So we had a few people say that they were getting the game on PS5. Enjoy those extra scenes.
Yeah, Saturn, I did have a PS4, and that's what I originally played Kingdom Hearts 3 on. That's in storage too. Everything's in storage. I have my Nintendo DS, but I don't have the means to stream from that. But I still, like, I don't like to throw things away when I can help it, so I just have a bunch of things in storage. But yeah, that's right, I did used to have one. Man, Ghost Raccoon, I'd love to play Knuckles Chaotix. Have you done that one before, Skull?
I've played it, but I've never beaten it, and I wouldn't feel like streaming it either. I thought that game was boring.
There was such a mythos about that game when I found out it existed. I didn't believe it. But because Knuckles was not only my favorite Sonic character, but my favorite character out of anything in general when I was growing up, it sounded like the coolest thing ever. He had his own game with, like, because I knew who the Chaotix were from the Archie comics, and so it sounded like the coolest thing. But I was a full-blown adult before I even saw, like, video footage of the thing. The only time I've even seen it in action was I watched Vinny livestream it.
Yeah.
It looks horrible, honestly. It looks difficult. And, like, it would be terrifying to play.
It looks just, it's not terrible, it's just not good. And when you got a game that's like
they could be difficult.
It's in that painful middle ground where there's just eventually you just run out of things to say about it, really.
You know, like, man, Sonic 3D Blast, that's a game I wish I could like more. The soundtrack is so good. Like, it's really good, and I like the concepts, but the way that it actually handles control-wise is very difficult. So, it's not only is it challenging, but it makes me feel physically ill to look at it, so that's another one that, like, I've streamed a little bit of that one on SonicSong before, but I always feel a little bit ill afterwards.
Oh, man.
But the music is so good. Both the Saturn version and the original Sega Genesis version of those soundtracks are very good. And Sunswift, you can send that either, like, just tag me on Twitter. My name is just SonicSong182 over there. Or if you're, like, on the SonicSong Discord, there's, like, a submissions area or, like, an art channel thing. So there's some options. Mr. Swissro said, your thoughts on Sonic Spinball? Sonic Spinball, I appreciate that it exists. I just am so bad at the game that it's hard to really enjoy it. I can maybe make it to the second or third level or something. But I always kind of appreciated that that game existed because I was a huge Archie Sonic comic book fan. Back in the day, it was around like issue 50 that I fell off, so it was before things like Scourge the Hedgehog and stuff were even in the story. But that is the only game where they had the Freedom Fighters in there. Because in the bonus levels, you have Sally, Bunny, Antoine, Rotor. And that I was very happy about that as a youth. It's the only time they got that acknowledgement. Same thing with the Mean Bean Machine. I love it in concept, the music's a jam, and I wish I was actually good at it enough to enjoy playing it a little bit more. I suck at Mean Bean Machine, but I like its whole vibe. It's a very good adjustment to Puyo Puyo, and it has Scratch and Grounder in it. What's not to love? What do you think of both of those games, Skull? That's Spinball and Mean Bean?
Spinball, I couldn't get into, really. I've beaten the first level, like, maybe 1 or 2 times, and that's about as far as I got in there. Mean Bean, I'm just not really a puzzle game person in the first place, so... did not play it much.
But I suck at it. I wanna see if one of my friends is good at it and have them play it, and so like stream it that way or something, because I'd love to interact with it on the channel. In the Ask the Sonic Heroes series, I did a Halloween special that had a whole midsection where it was Scratch and Grounder versus Sonic at Mean Bean Machine as part of like the speed round, and that was a love letter to the whole like Mean Bean Machine thing. I just suck at the actual game, even though I really want to interact with the thing. I just am not good enough at puzzles of that matter.
Yeah. It was never my thing. I see Tales of Power 71 in the chat. Hello. The reason why I'm gonna be able to go to Sonic Symphony in Chicago tomorrow.
That's what I thought. Thank you for taking this man somewhere super cool, Tales of Power. That is very nice. I'm so excited for him. And for you. You get to go together and have fun.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff. TTP, to catch you up, I did give you another shout out, actually, on Fun Friday earlier. I am currently suffering from some kind of weird technical problem right now, that I have no idea what it is because, well, I'll check again in a moment, but... let's just, come on, Sonic 3, load, so I can pause. Okay. Yeah, no, it's still 0 frame drops on OBS. I'm really thinking it's a YouTube issue today. But yeah, it's making the game very hard to play.
Tech issues spoil everything.
Really do. I was able to do it fine enough yesterday, but again, I do think that it's like specifically a YouTube issue. Because I was having no problem with like any other site when this all started.
Zoran Drago said, I was never able to beat Spinball because the game gives me motion sickness. I have that issue with a lot of games. I didn't when I was a kid. My motion sickness developed as I got older. And so I don't remember those things ever bothering me when I grew up with the games. So they became less accessible to me over time. Tragic.
Yeah. Lindsay and Jake, I am currently streaming, so can't quite have a look at the Twitter right now, although if I end up giving up this run and turning this into a more cash setting, then I can certainly have a small look.
It's time to fight!
Oh.
KJ Production said, Kayan, do you have a favorite artist? I honestly find you as one of my favorites. Oh, thank you. And also, congrats to Maria on beating Sonic 3 and Knuckles earlier. Double thank you. Favorite artist? That's hard to say, because sometimes it depends on like which fandom, and then also, of course, my artist friends I've got a big soft spot for. Off the top of my head, I'll sometimes just say Gabs or GeoGabs. They draw a lot of like Silver and Blaze stuff, and I like that a lot. That's someone that probably a lot of people have heard from. I will pick them today. But Because I have a lot of art friends who I'm biased towards, but I think I picked them the last time I was asked that question. Gabs is really good. I really enjoy their work.
I don't know if I'd be able to answer that question. There's just too many good ones.
Yeah, it's hard to say. Sometimes, like, I should compile a list and be like, these guys. These guys are amazing.
Give them your money!
Please! And, not related to Sonic art in particular, like, Jen's art style is, I'm impressed by the variety that she's able to achieve. Because, she can do really, really detailed pencil sketches, and, they're just incredible. And then at the same time, she can also draw, like, the derpiest meme like expressions and stuff, which are perfect for a lot of things, and so just the range is incredible.
Yeah. That's you know, being able to do quite a multitude of different styles is definitely one of Danny's biggest strengths too.
Yeah, Danny's really good. You see, I am biased amongst all of these. I love them all so much.
Yeah.
I actually have kind of a limited style. I'm only really able to do one thing, but I think at least what I lack in versatility, I think I do okay in, like, I'm good enough at what I do. I just do kind of cute, I do cutesy stuff. It's only limiting when I want to draw something dramatic. Like, yes, I'm here to create drama in art. And it's just adorable by accident at the end. I'm like, oh man, it's supposed to make you sad, but no, it's just a little too cute style-wise, so, like, man, I wish I was a little more versatile, which I could be if I had actually put in the time to, like, study more art-wise. Like, it's sort of a choice, I guess, about what you're gonna allot your time to. So I just never did, which is why I don't have that kind of versatility, but I wish I do sometimes.
You had a pretty distinct, like, cartoon style, though.
And that's always a little so strange to hear, because I've seen people imitate my style before, and I was shocked, because it's like, when it's your own drawing and you're just kind of casually drawing stuff all the time, you don't think about the fact that you have really distinct traits to the way you draw things until somebody else draws in the you style, and you're like, what the? I guess that does look like what I draw. And it's interesting that other people can pick up on that.
It's gonna sound really weird, but like when I look at, like, say if you draw a human, for instance, like the one detail I tend to notice, like, above others is that you draw noses unlike any other person I've ever seen.
Do I really? It's just anime inspired, and then it mutated.
It's got, like, this particular curve to it.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what I grew up going for. Like, and I've taken, like, formal art classes where you were supposed to draw realistic, but my art was so bad. So it's easier just to lean on the stuff that you know, but if I had taken that more seriously, I think it could have assisted with, like, anatomy and perspective and different important things there. But that is interesting to hear, because I don't really notice. I know what I'm trying to do, but I can't always see what I have done.
Yeah.
But also, thank you, everybody. I'm getting some nice compliments in the chat. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, Saturn said, I've always liked the way you draw humans can. It has a certain lightheartedness to it. Yeah, my thing is sort of, I draw cute. And something, I guess, that I've heard, I think Jen said this, that she likes that, like, even if it's not super strong, like, anatomy exactly, I have very posable artwork. Like, so it might be a little bit rubbery, might be a little bit off, but the posing is very dynamic, and so that's a comment I've heard before that I appreciated. So, I bend a few rules, I guess, but you know what? I can draw well enough to enjoy myself, and that's really all I'm looking for.
It definitely helps that it's a, you know, like a very cartoonish sort of style.
Yeah, I've
That's
not
and you're
managed to
not
break past
necessarily
that.
going for like realism, you know.
No, not really. Which is a thing that I do admire when I want to draw drama, but I can't. Larry said, how do you draw backgrounds and poses? I can't draw very well at all. I'm totally lost on backgrounds. I don't know nothing about drawing grass and trees and stuff. Reference images is the best I got. Pose-wise, I've just gotten a lot of practice, I guess. But if I was trying to do a specific pose, I would either look up on, like, Google Images somebody already doing something like the pose that I wanted, so I had something to look at. But if I couldn't find something like that, I would just get my cell phone out and take a picture of myself doing the pose I was trying to do. I did that a lot with hands at first, because I wasn't very good at drawing hands, so if I needed to figure out, like, what does it look like when it's holding a such and such, like, I'd just take a picture at the correct angle of my own hands doing things, and so that helped. So, photo references, even if you're taking pictures of yourself, that's the best I can give you. Most of the time with my backgrounds, I'm just getting, like, free clip art from, like, Pixabay or something. I really am not a backgrounds artist.
Oof. Alright, let's see if this one just completely drops my input again, and I really have no idea what's going on.
Get him! Get him!
This is the last one.
The suspense. Oh, I almost didn't notice that you got through so many of them. Yeah, you are in Marble Gardens, aren't you?
Yeah. I missed a ring and then I lost an emerald, so I had 5 going in.
Oh, well, the time where you lost the emerald, that didn't really happen. That was an alternate universe. So,
Nah, that's
don't
just whatever weird technical hiccup is going on.
Yep, it got swallowed by a parallel universe. That was not your fault. Mr. Swissroll says you got this.
Thank you.
We're getting close. We're getting close.
One of those people who still uses bases. I adore designing characters and outfits, but drawing the body is just painful for me. One day I won't need bases, but I'm just having fun with it now, says Crossbear. Well, I mean, you know, whatever helps.
And I think that is a fine thing to do. I think the only thing you should do is just make sure you keep track of whose base you used so that you can link back to it. I've used bases before, mostly when, like, you know how those memes go, like, draw the squad around on, like, Twitter sometimes, where it's, like, a specific base of characters doing something silly, and you're supposed to draw your own characters in there. I love those freaking things. So, I try to, like, make sure I link back to wherever it was that I first saw it, but those, like, little viral drawing things. One, it's good practice for making more dynamic poses, and then also it's just kind of fun, so I've used bases before.
Yeah, definitely seen some people go around sometimes and, like, use a base, and be like, oh, hey guys, look at my commission sheet, this is my actual real line art, which is a real scummy thing to do.
Yeah.
Real scummy thing to do.
Larry said they love designing characters, but they stink at the clothing. Best they can do is basic shirt and tunic and trousers, boots, trainers. I'm not very good at outfit design either. The best I can do on that is looking at, like, outfits on Pinterest for ideas, for vibes, but then the next challenge is I'm not very good at drawing the clothing itself. I do have a very basic line art style with that. I'm not good at drawing the folds and things, so you know what? You can't be good at everything.
Oops.
Sunswift said, "What's your opinion on recolors?" I don't mind recolors as long as they're like recolors of like an actual official Sonic art. I think it's a little bit awkward if it's somebody else's like personal drawing that they made and then someone like colors on top of that. That's a little awkward. Actually, very awkward. But if it's like screenshots from Sonic X, go for it. Build characters however you can. That's fun and I support it.
Yeah, used to be like a really big stigma about it, and I kind of used to be like one of those snobs too, but like if you're just recoloring Sonic X, you know, it's like, obviously that's not a replacement for actual drawing, but,
yeah, you know,
like,
sometimes people just want to make a character, but they're not really much of an artist, so I think the whole internet kind of had a vibe of not liking that sort of thing back in the day, but I think we all got a little bit older and we were like, you know what? Let people enjoy things.
Yeah, so
let people have fun.
You know, if it's for practice or maybe like for people that might not be able to afford a commission from their favorite artist or whatever, like, you know, as long as it's from like an official picture, then, you know, then Sega's like already made the money on that or whatever. But like if it, like KN said, if it's actual fan art that that's being recolored over, then that's a no-no.
When I was a youth, I did do that once, actually, and it just didn't occur to me. I colored over the top of somebody, like, it wasn't Sonic characters, they were Final Fantasy characters. But it was somebody's own, like, fan art that they drew, and I colored on top of it with, like, different, like, hair that I drew on poorly, digitally. And then I put it up on my DeviantArt, and I'm like, I think this is what this group of characters would look like from this RP that I'm writing. And somebody showed up in the comments and pointed out that I had stolen this art. And then I was like, oh, you know what, you're right. And I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry, and I'm removing this immediately. They were shocked that I responded very positively to that, but it's literally the first time it ever crossed my mind that I shouldn't do that. I'm kind of dense, to be honest. I learn everything that I learn in some kind of an awkward way. Nothing ever, like, comes to me naturally. But yeah, I get it. I know it's not always malicious. Sometimes it's just, you know, being, like, thinking it's harmless or being a little bit confused like me. Again, it just did not occur to me that that was a rude thing to do until someone said so. And I was like, oh, you know, that makes perfect sense.
Be like that sometimes.
Leanne Davis said, I draw by memory of outfits and also to get inspiration. That's another thing. I think, let me see, how did I used to, back in the day when I was drawing like a lot of characters for this project I was working on, I think a lot of my outfit ideas came from things that I owned, things that my friends owned, and like, they like have those clothing magazines and sometimes I'd get ideas from that too. Urkel said, I recolored a fan art a long time ago just with paint buckets. And I was very upfront about me not being the owner, but it still feels weird that I did that, and yeah, oops, don't do that. Yeah, even if you say, like, it's not yours, like, unless the artist said that it was okay, it's kinda awkward. But coloring over Sonic X screenshot, man, go ahead. Go have fun.
Yeah, like I said, you know, that they already made their money on that, so you're not really hurting anybody by doing that.
Yeah, and like everyone knows where that screenshot came from and stuff, so it's not like an independent artist drawing personal artwork or something. That's totally different. We are moving and grooving.
You know, fam, on account of, on the, like, the technical issues that I'm having here, because I'm sure, like, the jumpy frames and stuff aren't looking great to anybody, I think I might just finish, like, this zone, and then,
You get a little taste of Knuckles.
Yeah.
Just a taste.
And then we'll just transition over to Hangouts, which is unfortunate, but I don't know, YouTube just decided to start giving me problems right when
It
this
is
was going on.
disgruntled today.
Literally at the worst possible time. It was working all day. Up until now,
That's how
apparently.
it goes, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's how it always is.
Get some Super Knuckles action in here, you know. YouTube apparently isn't having it today. I don't know. Again, it just started up during the Sonic Song part. I had the chat popped out and then it just stopped, right? And I tried to like reload the actual watch page. It took like 10 minutes to reload. Meanwhile, and again, I was loading other sites just to make sure, and those were going like just fine. So I think it's an issue on YouTube's end, especially after OBS is telling me that I haven't dropped any frames. OBS is like, oh yeah, your performance is great.
Everything's fine. Explodes.
So it's gotta be on YouTube's end, I would imagine.
Larry, I did that too. Larry Random Block said, I remember recoloring as a kid. I did little PowerPoint animations with pics of Pokemon. My main villain was a Scyther. I recolored black and silver. Aw, simple times.
Oh, man.
I did the whole PowerPoint animations thing too. I was using video game sprites though.
What?
Oh, something terrible's happening.
That made 0 sense. Something freaky's going on here, and I have no idea what.
Something fishy's going on this island, and we don't know what.
That was like not meant to happen.
I missed it. I didn't even see it. I was looking at the chat.
The camera went all strange.
Oh. Osmer said that was weird. Never seen that happen before.
That's just been today. I might have accidentally done a screen wrap. I don't know how I would have done it though, because I didn't do the thing that you would usually do to do a screen wrap. I don't know. I just know that with all the problems here today, I think that's gonna be just like a small little sample of Knuckles and 3&K. I would have loved to have done a whole run here, but I just don't think things are clicking here, unfortunately. So yeah, sorry about that, fam. But we'll go for
We did a respectable first half.
Yeah.
Got pretty far.
We'll still hang out though, for a good bit. But yeah, that like something was just giving me problems. And again, I'm gonna presume it's on YouTube's end, because I wasn't getting any of this before. And it was literally just YouTube.
I totally forgot you were hyper and thus invincible, and I saw that hook come like right down on Knuckles' head, and internally I was like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's invincible, it's fine. I was like genuinely worried.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still saying 0 drop frames, so it has to be. It has to be YouTube. I have no idea what's going on here, fam. But questions, comments, concerns, complaints. TTP, actually, if there's any other way that I can check in real time, any stats or whatever, that, like, just in case it might be OBS. Having chicken
Don't worry
strips.
about it, Leanne. Everybody likes Dino Nuggies. It does not matter
man.
the age. People who complain about eating Dino Nuggies after a certain age are joyless. Eat your nuggets!
Here, I'll change the title to reflect what's going on here. Glitchy Knuckles Run.
Game exploded. I think I should get something to drink then if we're going to be chit-chatting. One moment.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee would be good.
Oh man. It's got to be the tubes. Are you looking for YouTube dashboard? Well, I know I can like right click on the video and see what's going on. But I was wondering about like inside OBS itself, if that can be a thing. I don't know. If it's just like the thing where it says like dropped frames, because again, it's still saying 0. So like, I have no reason to believe that it's OBS. Oh, I can't put the word abandoned in there. Makes the video title too long. Well, they'll get the picture with Glitchy Knuckles Run. There we go. Change the title to be more accurate. Stats for nerds. Uh, I don't know. Skull and KN, what are the worst types of Sonic OCs that annoy you the most? Uh, well, I'm not really like a snob about this sort of thing anymore. Um, so like, let's just say that somebody makes like a Mary Sue character, for instance. They're probably really young and trying to get like a handle on how to properly write things. So like, you know, you just gotta let them experiment you know, with their creation and find out what works and what doesn't. No, I don't think there's anything else you can look at. Oh, okay, so yeah, so by everything I'm seeing, yeah, it's got to be YouTube. Zero dropped frames, 0.0%. So like, yeah, I hate the ones that use a stolen design. Okay, yeah, stealing someone else's design is not cool. Larry here said, when I made an OC, I prefer to make them simple, just an average character that could just live in the world rather than be uh, the end all be all main character vibe. And that's perfectly valid as well. Subscribe to you today? Oh, thank you, Daffy Devon 2002. Much appreciated. Well, it looks like I got a big surge actually in subscribers. Thank you all so much. Despite the technical troubles. And my heavy apologies for that. I have no idea what YouTube's going on with today. It was a bit of a problem yesterday as well, but I thought that it was just Kega Fusion. Uh, oh, she's back. I usually go with the flow when drawing a design. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with that. By the way, Skull, I wrote a question and I'm too lazy to retype it. No, I think we're just gonna keep it as
Okay.
KN and I today.
Hello, I have returned. I've made a beverage.
A beverage.
Yeah, I just made a coffee. My throat's sounding a little bit rough, so I figured I needed a hot drink.
Hot drinks. Sorry, that's a reference that only a few of us are going to get. Uh,
Inside jokes.
I'm checking my Twitter here, and Lindsay and Jake. That's a very nice picture of an aurora borealis and Miracle. Incredible. With with that art there. Don't forget to tell KN the question. Oh, okay. Swift asked a question that I answered. just earlier, and Swift, I guess, was also wondering your opinion on what is the most annoying type of Sonic OC to you?
Hmm. I guess I'm not really a good source of hot takes because I don't really know. I haven't found myself annoyed by an OC almost ever. The only time it's a problem, I guess, is if you're trying to write like a group roleplay and somebody's got an OC that's like mean to everybody else, like and then the player's just like, well, that's what my character would do, insult you relentlessly. And so that's not a very fun OC to play with. But like that's the only time I can see it being a problem, because if it wasn't in a roleplay setting, someone could make the edgiest, angriest, meanest OC on planet Earth, and then that's totally fine if they're having fun, like, you know, with the design, with the character, the personality, the storyline. If they use that character to help vent because they're angry in real life or something, or, you know, there's lots of reasons people design a character a certain way. The only time that it's a problem is if you're supposed to be writing like a collaborative piece of fiction with other people, and the way you've designed your character makes it hard for everybody else to have fun, because either your character's mean or your character takes up all like the good scenes and stuff without talking to everybody and deciding as a group what you'd want to do. So that's the best I got.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just writing a message. TTP, if you're still around, do check your Discord. If you could please. Leanne had a thing here. What did the frog? Or sorry, why did the frog take the bus to work? His car got towed. Aha. Uh,
Well, Sunswift, someone who's stealing another person's designs, that's not an OC at all. So that doesn't count. That's just a stolen character. That's not an OC.
it's theft.
That's theft!
Uh, Jason, hello. TTP said, alrighty, Skull and K and Rouge and I will be heading out soon. She got delayed at work. So getting a late start, but that's okay. I've got all your gifts in the car. I will see you tomorrow, Skull. Oh man. Uh, it's happening. It's
It's
happening.
happening!
Man,
Hey!
I guess if there's one thing about these technical troubles, it's that I could potentially get to bed earlier, so that way when I wake up I have more time to work with to get ready.
Well, that's a good way to think.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Uh, Dino Nuggies or mini bagel pizzas? I'd probably go for the pizzas.
Nuggies. Nuggies! Favorite Cartoon Network characters from Daffy Devon? Well, my favorite show that they played, I think exclusively on Cartoon Network at the time, I don't remember it ever aired anywhere else, was Teen Titans 2003. Like, not Go, but the original one. And my favorite character at that time was Beast Boy. Does that help? You probably mean more like the cartoon ones? Now that is a hard question. If you tossed out a list, I could probably think, because I liked a lot of them.
Yeah, there's
Like the Powerpuff Girls were really good. I loved Dexter and freaking Mandark.
you know
uh,
like
Double D from Ed, Edd n Eddy was very cute. I liked him. Adorable.
yeah, like just had no idea just how spoiled like my generation was for good cartoons back then.
Yeah, we had the good stuff.
Took it for granted. Uh, let's see here. Uh, Larry says I remember Courage the Cowardly Dog most. Goated.
Also good. Also good.
Uh,
Yes, lyrical. I like the dorky ones. Ah, Sunswift over the garden wall. I guess You know what? Yeah, Over the Garden Wall is my other most favorite thing that they put on Cartoon Network. I forgot that was a Cartoon Network thing because I never saw it when it was airing. Um, I saw I saw it on like whatever streaming service it was on at one point or another, and that was my first experience of it. So I forget that that's where it came from. Over the Garden Wall is very, very, very good, and I love Wirt. Yes, another nerdy one.
Swift here was saying, Kane, I have a question about your version of Maria. Why was she reborn as a hedgehog and not a dog, despite the fact that dogs have a history in space?
While that is a interesting interpretation, and if somebody wanted to make Maria their own like Maria Robotnik character as a dog, that sounds like a perfectly reasonable direction to take it, and I think it'd be adorable. My Maria is more hedgehog based because Shadow is.
I really thought that the question was just going to be why was she revived or whatever, just in general, or what the explanation was. And I think like through all the years, unless if there's some recent episode of Ask the Sonic Heroes or whatever that I have no idea about, that's never been revealed yet, has it?
No, the backstory, how it happened, has never like been out there. In my mind, I know what happened, but I don't actually know if it's ever gonna come up. I've had to cut so much planned content from like ideas I've had about movies and projects I wanted to make on the channel just to like simplify and focus. And it was partly because YouTube's algorithm made certain like taking a lot of time to just sit down and focus on a singular project, especially if it wasn't actually Ask the Sonic Heroes. YouTube made it very difficult in the last few years. I'm over here fighting for my life just trying to get Ask the Sonic Heroes episode 50 out while still being able to pay the bills. It's rough out there. But there's like other things that might have addressed it or, circled around that lore a little bit more, but I cut out all kinds of films and huge projects I was going to make at one point. Lyrical, I don't know if you'll ever find out. It may be a secret forever.
And the
But,
TTP.
the fun side of that is that means people can speculate long after I have ceased my YouTuberisms.
And to TTP real quick, you have a safe trip. We'll see you tomorrow, my dude. And just you get some good rest too uh, when you arrive at your hotel.
Journey safely.
Yes, yes. Uh,
Lyrical said I was worried. I thought you were about to say cease to live. Well, I don't know. I guess that too. If I got run over by a pretzel cart one day and just died, I guess you'd have to speculate about Maria's origin story in that case too.
and man, all the colleges in 2083 are gonna be like they'll have like YouTube historian classes, and it'll be like, okay, so as you can see from this ancient channel, SonicSong182, just
They're
a
missing the
a
ancient
whole
texts.
a whole class on what random Sonic YouTubers used to do back in the day.
Oh, I bet that's definitely going to be part of the future lore of the country. 'Cause here it is.
Well, of course, Miracle. Clearly, all college professors just sound like that, especially if they're teaching internet history.
Mm,
You see, this segmented playthrough of a video game was called a Let's Play. The Let's Play evolved over years, you know?
it's true. Now that is a concept broad enough to where I think it could be discussed in a certain like niche kind of college class. There's bound to be like, online content creation 101.
Yeah. Uh, Daffy Devon was saying, okay, I got some Nicole Watterson from Gumball, absolutely goated. Pops from Johnny Bravo, an interesting choice, but I respect it. Love some Pops. And number one favorite, Eddie from Ed, Ed and Eddie.
The conniving one.
Yeah.
Who was Pops and Johnny Bravo? I can't think of. I can
He
only think of Pops from regular show.
he owned the diner.
Oh, it's been so long since I saw any Johnny Bravo. I like only remember him and his mom, and, like that little neighborhood girl.
Yeah. Yeah, Pops and Carl came around in the second season, and then they weren't around much in the fourth season. Uh, but yeah, Johnny, his mom, Bunny Bravo, and Susie were around the whole time.
Oh yeah, Susie. Good night, ultrasonic hero.
See you later, Ultra. You have a good night. Uh, Antavia Clefbass, which is quite a name, uh, and I hope I pronounced it correctly. Says, where do I sign up for Intro to Sonic plush tubers?
You know, no idea.
You know,
However, that one has a very easy means of entry. Just have some Sonic plushies, have a phone that has like a recording device, and then some basic editing software. I had just like free Windows Movie Maker back in the day. And then just make something that you enjoy, and then never mind if other people don't enjoy it. Like, who cares? Go make something you like.
uh,
That's all.
and if there are any colleges around, I would be 100% totally willing to teach that class. I'll do the professor voice, and I, 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 I think I have the qualifications. I made like two such videos.
I could be a guest speaker.
I, I,
Chit
I
chat on
could,
the nuance.
yeah, I could do the research on the Sonic plush tubers, and it could be like plenty of other college courses where like the only career prospect for graduating is to be a professor of the subject. Uh, let's see here. KJ was asking, Skull, would you rather be a Jedi or a Sith? Uh, Lean in Jedi because my favorite color is blue. And you know, I don't know if it's Sith restriction or not. But you know, you don't see a whole lot of them out there with blue lightsabers.
I don't really know enough except the most extreme basics of what those two things are, but I'd be the good guy one. I feel like it got complicated in some of the prequels about who was actually good or not, or who was like, causing harm by inaction or something like that. But I would not be able to be like the evil or chaotic evil one.
Yeah, like the Jedi's definitely like they had their problems as well. But like there is like a lot of political subtext to like all of it and stuff. So like uh, I'm sure someone could give you like an actual answer based on those like lore reasons, but like me, I'm just a simple guy. I like blue lightsabers.
I'm the good guy one, which is the blue lightsaber people usually.
Miracle here was saying the way I plan my writing is that my scenes spontaneously happen in my head, so I voice record myself acting out the scenes as though I become possessed by my own OCs. It's an interesting improv. So then when I do decide to write them, I can listen to the recording because they're the best way for me to remember everything as it happened. Oh yeah, you did. You did tell me about that. Uh,
I think sometimes recording stuff as it comes to you when you don't have like a chance to write it right away can be helpful. I've never
yeah.
done it to like that extent. The most has been like I'll think of like okay, I have to ride my bike for long periods of time basically every day because that's my primary mode of transportation for the most part. And so I'm over there mulling scenes over and things, and then if I happen to think of what's like, I'm like, oh, that's a good line of dialogue. I should have a character say that. I'll like get my phone out and record it on my phone really quick so I can reference it later. Because there's no way I'm gonna remember by the time I get to my destination. So I can see that what you do being a more advanced version of that.
Yeah. Some record notes, some like would have like say a notepad or whatever handy, or say like something in their phone handy to record. But yeah, making notes before you get to like the actual writing process, however you got to do it, is it's a pretty common thing.
I do feel kind of bad for the people I'm riding by on my bike because I'm a voiceover person. I can't help it. I say it out loud, quietly, but I'm sure they hear me just riding my bike or like I stop at the stoplight and they might hear the
Why is she
tail end of me
talking
saying
about Shadow the
something.
Hedgehog murdering people?
Sorry. You know, one time I had like a song from Sweeney Todd stuck in my head while I was like working at the grocery store.
Oh boy.
And the line that was stuck in my head was something like it was they all deserve to die is the line in the song. They all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Lovett, even I. And that was the line that I kept trying not to say out loud because you don't want someone coming over to try to ask you like where's the green beans, and that's what comes out of your mouth.
Customers really getting to you today, huh?
No, I'm having a great time, I swear, but it's catchy.
Kel says I have a huge Word document of notes when it comes to writing. Yeah, it's
That's
something.
usually what I got, the big note doc.
It's something I had, and I haven't updated it in forever. So like, I didn't use it more than like once. I think was this big old document of like various video ideas that I had. I can actually go retrieve that one right now. See see what the me of uh, so and so many years ago was looking to do. Where is it?
It can
Videos
be
I
kind
want
of
to write.
strange to revisit like old
Yeah.
ideas.
Yeah. Videos I want to write. Last updated on July 17th, 2018. So let's see what I had in mind here. A sprite video tutorial, so, kind of similar to uh, like how the angry video game nerd did one. So I wanted to do like a tutorial on how I make my sprite skits, and then I would like make an actual like short one during the process, and then show the finished product at the end. Uh, let's see here. Me recalling a story from when I was 5 years old about a mascot scaring me, and then let's see, story time. Uh, uh, that I did eventually make that into a series. Uh, obscure quote unquote facts about Mario and Sonic. I did do the Sonic one as a skit. Uh, oh,
Remember that whole like life trend from like years ago, Skull? Did you ever think about doing one of those?
what trend?
The draw my life one where you like make doodles and like you tell your life story. That was really popular on YouTube for a while.
That was like a stretch goal, I think, or like one of the donation tiers for an extra life one year. When I started doing like
Oh.
on the official page, and then I dropped it because I was like, do I really want to do one of these?
I guess I thought about it once and I was like, one, that's going to take a lot of time. And two, honestly, it's not that interesting. I don't
It's
have a dramatic backstory like some of the people who were making those. I'm like,
and
I don't know.
I was like, it's like to do one of those requires some pretty personal stuff, and I don't know if I'm ready to talk about that publicly.
Yeah, I'm not much of a sharer either. I like to, I like to keep things to
Yeah,
myself.
yeah,
Like even if I like stuck with like the fun stuff, it's really not that interesting. I'm pretty
anecdotes
boring.
are cool and everything, but like to get into the nitty gritty of it, yeah, you know. Um, see, some more in here. This one I had in mind for some time. I wanted to do like a breakdown of like the difference between reboots, remakes, revivals, and remasters because I was noticing like lots of publications and people were just like using the terms interchangeably for certain things, and I'm like, no, it's not a remake or it's not a remaster. You know, so I wanted to do that. I wanted to do a my thoughts video about lives in video games and whether they're uh, like uh, an actual appropriate challenge or just some like an outdated concept. I got what is machinima in here. I did that one. DLC gone too far. I don't remember exactly what I was gonna do for that one. Uh, Let's play tutorial, but better. So I was gonna remake my Let's Play tutorial. Uh, My thoughts videos on the Ice Age series, which I did eventually do. Austin Powers did not do. DCAU, that's DC Animated Universe, didn't do that. Didn't do Sailor Moon. Didn't do Spider-Man the Animated Series or Spectacular, and I didn't do a top 5 favorite Let's Plays video. So lots of unrealized ideas here. I was gonna do a couple parodies of game theory as well. That I've completely forgot what I was gonna do for those. So that's like my old checklist there of videos that I wanted to do many years ago.
Nice. I don't think I have access to like an old checklist exactly. Like I can remember things that I cut from my planned lineup over the years, but I sort of figured if I never mention them, then nobody will miss them. So, like that's fair enough. You guys don't know what you missed.
Yeah. Uh, Antavia, no, it wasn't Chuck E. Cheese. I think I've been to a Chuck E. Cheese like twice in my life, and both of them were very short experiences. Uh, no, it was uh like how should I explain? I guess they like okay, let me rewind. One of my favorite things when I was a child was Thomas the Tank Engine, and my dad happened to find that they were doing like one of those deals where like they had like a real like actual Thomas like steam engine there, and we were gonna take a train ride and everything. So it was like one of those functions. Uh, the mascot suit was Sir Topham Hatt, right? And it my dude, I don't think he looked scary, uh, but like in my 5-year-old brain. I was like, oh man, this is the guy who runs the whole railway, and I'm oh my god, I'm so intimidated to be around him. That and he was
Aww.
huge. He was humongous.
And he was huge.
Yes, so
Oh gosh.
me as a 5-year-old child, I just I hid behind my dad's leg, and that's that sort of deal. I didn't quite want to approach him. Uh, we did go up to him, and my dad did all of the talking. Because I was just too intimidated. But yeah, that's the story behind that.
Wow. Goofy was huge.
Oh man.
No, he's only this big on TV, but in real life, Goofy could beat up Dad. Quote has stayed in my brain since childhood. I think that's from the Lion King like commercials before the video starts on like VHS.
That reminds me of a video I saw on Twitter like yesterday morning, I think, where like uh, the Mickey performer like chastised this dad for not keeping an eye on his kid when Mickey and the kid like bumped into each other. Oh, it was great. Dad's just on his phone the whole time, and Mickey's just like,
Keep
keep
an
your
eye
eye
on
on your
your
kid.
kid, for goodness sakes! Ha ha!
Yeah,
Lord.
that reminds me of my one trip to Disneyland. I was young and too scared to talk to the characters. Oh man, so I want to revisit as an adult and get photos with all of them. That's a nice idea.
I love Donald Duck. and I had the opportunity to take a photo with Donald Duck the last time I was at Disneyland. It was in Toontown, and there was this herd of children, or like swarming. There wasn't a line or anything. You had to just get in there, and I was like, there is no way that I'm gonna like jump through this crowd of children to go take a picture with Donald Duck, even though I love him. I'm horrified by the concept, but I was with Jen at the time, and she was like, "This is your destiny," and she got me over there to take the photo.
Beautiful.
Oh God, I didn't have the guts to do it by myself, but I was assisted.
Jen seems like that kind of build up buddy.
Yeah, she's a hype man friend.
Oh yeah.
She physically maneuvered me over to the duck.
I know if I ever went to Disney Park, there are two mascots I would love to meet. You know what? Three actually. The first and foremost, Stitch. I've seen too
Nice.
many videos of Stitch just being wild and crazy, and I want to meet him. Uh, One that's incredibly rare, but like my favorite of the Mickeyverse characters is Scrooge McDuck. Uh,
Oh God, I'd love to meet Scrooge. He's so fun.
he, yeah, he's surprisingly, from what I understand, he doesn't show up very much in the park. So like when he does
No,
come
I've
around,
never seen him.
he's rare,
I
apparently.
have photo of me in Launchpad when I was 4, and Launchpad I think is pretty rare too. I've never seen him outside of that specific image. just just me as a 4-year-old vibing with Launchpad from DuckTales.
Oh, of course.
But no
And
Scrooge.
oh yeah,
Who else?
yeah, Scrooge is just rare, from what I know. Third one, Winnie the Pooh. He's a chill guy, you know.
I feel like your chance that one you've got some decent chances of finding
Yeah,
that guy. You can do
when
it.
Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, probably pretty easy to find.
Yeah, and they got nothing else to do over there at Critter Country. They have barely any like activities, so if they're gonna be standing over there, they are the attraction.
That honestly I think would be like the easiest one because every video I've seen of Pooh and Tigger, they're just chilling in their own like designated spot, and it's always like a meet and greet sort of deal. People in line
Yeah, it
there
makes it easier.
to just meet them, you know.
I think I do have a picture of me and Winnie the Pooh and Tigger. I need to go get that album out and look. I think I do.
Oh man. Crossmere here says, years ago at my
Oh,
friend's
I did
seventh
not put
birthday
this in
party, there was a
this.
Minnie Mouse mascot
Son of a
person. I
bitch.
was so scared that I cried. There's a photo somewhere
Oh,
of me with her, probably looking miserable. Oh dear.
oh, I'm a baby in all these photos. This album is ancient. Okay, hold on. Mm, here's a baby. Oh. Okay, you guys can't see these, obviously, but it's interesting things in here. I just want to see. Does it exist? I think it does. It might not be this album.
I know I've
No, I
seen
don't think so.
the Knuckles costume, and
Oh yeah, that's a good one. me and my Knuckles Halloween costume. That was great.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's in this album, is it? This is the only one I don't have in storage. So,
Ah,
class. As far
gotta
I feel like I have a photo of that one, but
gotta ask one of your parents if they have you and Winnie the Pooh.
family, do we still have these images? It
Are they in
exists
the
somewhere.
attic?
Yes, please. God, it's me and a Tails plushie. Ancient, ancient, but not as ancient as I need. This was even further back than that. Yeah, I don't think I've got it in this album. I'll have to keep looking. Nope, I cannot verify this. I know it exists.
I remember clearly in my mind's eye. I hung out with Winnie the
Yes.
Pooh.
Yes. He shook my hand.
And Tigger, the way he bounced.
Majestic.
Michael the Wolf said way earlier, fulfill your destiny, KN.
Yes,
As
it was my
Emperor
destiny to take
Palpatine.
a photo with Donald Duck.
Yeah,
It's a good picture too. He was in bright blue and I was in bright blue. We it was and the lighting was really nice. It was a good photo. You can kind of tell I was terrified though. I do not look relaxed in that image.
well, I mean,
Like, oh my god, I'm meeting Donald Duck.
of course, if you're meeting your personal hero, there's always going to be some jitters.
Yeah, me and my had acquired later that day the limited edition Three Caballeros Mickey ears. That one's got some Donald Duck on it. I wanted that thing really bad, but I spent I looked for it all over the place because I love Donald and Jose and Panchito. They're so cute. Uh, Found it the last possible second on that. Like when we were on our way out, they had like one in the back, so that was nice.
Yeah. Miracle had a story apparently. Oh,
I think I saw
okay.
on the fly that Donald almost killed your mom. I'm sorry.
Kay and Donald Duck nearly killed my mom. No lie. There
I'm
was
sorry. I'm Donald's lawyer. I have to protect him.
there was no danger. He was just driving his little car, and my mom nearly walked into it, and Donald kind of bowed as if to apologize. Oh man,
Just imagine getting an insurance claim by like just laying in front of Donald Duck's like little go kart.
insurance fraud.
Oh God, how did you get your college fund, Lyrical? Insurance fraud involving Donald Duck. The grand backstory.
Oh man. Daffy Devon, I do remember Naz. She was there.
She didn't have quite as much personality as some of the others, but mostly it helps to have sort of like the straight man character, like someone who's a little bit more normal, like so
Yeah,
that the other like really high energy personalities like have something to bounce off of in comparison. So she didn't get to like she was cool. She just didn't get to do like as much as some of like the other characters who were just like way louder and stranger.
yeah. Uh,
Oh yeah, I forgot lyrical college funds work differently over there. Never mind.
what I will say, for anyone who remembers Ed, Ed and Eddie, there's this beautiful video. I think it was like power scaling all the characters in Ed, Ed and Eddie. Beautiful video. Uh,
Gotta be
I think
Rolf
it's
is
like
the
45
strongest.
minutes long. Just
Wow.
this big tier list of who's the strongest in Ed,
There's
Ed and
no
Eddie.
way Rolf isn't the most powerful
He's
in
he's
the neighborhood.
he's one of the most powerful. But
Who
he's not.
won Plank?
Uh, I mean, if you want the S tier, then uh, and the dude that made the video had a great argument for it. It's all of the Kanker sisters are
Oh,
S tier with uh May being the strongest one,
interesting.
or was it May? Damn it, I'm mixing up their names. I think. Uh,
Larry, the guy with
List
blue hair, I
of
am pretty sure is you're
Ed.
thinking of Rolf. Hello, Ed
Yeah,
boys.
yeah. Blue hair is Rolf. Hello, Ed boys. Uh, let's see. Oh, it was Lee Kanker was the strongest one. Yes.
That's the oldest one with the red
Yeah,
hair, right?
yeah, the ringleader.
Okay, because May was the
Yeah, May was the dumb one.
blue-haired girl. No, oh yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah. What's the
Marie
middle
was
girl's name? Marie.
yeah,
Okay,
Marie.
thank you.
Let's see here. My mom saw Sonic and Tails mascots out in the wild once. I was very jealous after seeing the photo she got.
Alas.
Speaking of though, I'm sure that some of you guys out there have seen those new Sonic mascot outfits that debuted at Tokyo Game Show. So now
I think I saw them.
it's not just Sonic now. They got Amy and Tails and Knuckles and Shadow and they all
An
match.
Eggman? Eggman?
Nah,
No, Eggman. I could have sworn I saw it. Hmm.
they
I
did
could be
pose
thinking of something else though.
with that like classic Eggman cosplayer guy that's been
Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe that's
going
it. I
around.
saw it. I didn't really look very closely. I just happened to see it in passing. I was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, but lots of fun videos of those mascots floating around not too long ago. Kel says, "It's been so long since I watched Ed, Ed and Eddie. I can't remember much about it. I did enjoy the show though. It's pretty wild. I think easily like the best the best animated show to come out of Canada.
Three best friends scamming the neighborhood for quarters to buy jawbreakers. Shenanigans ensue.
Mm-hmm. Buttered toast, Eddie.
Buttered toast.
So remember that episode where they broke reality? There was a three-headed wolf. Oh yeah, that like dream episode was really something. I was like, when I was a kid, I was concerned about that part where they steal uh Jimmy's outline, and then he like
Oh god, I remember that. That was
yeah,
weird.
then he melts into a jar, and like I'm like 6 years old watching this
Ew.
for the first time, and I was like, can that actually happen to people?
You never know the sort of thing that's just gonna like melt your brain at the wrong age. Um, I was running a summer camp one time, and if any of you guys have seen the movie Spy Kids, everybody loves the Spy Kids movie at the age I was working with. Like it's requested like every year. They want to watch Spy Kids at least once. But there was one kid who hadn't seen it before, and there's like a scene where like I can't. It's been a little while now. This was some time ago, but like the like people are being like turned into like mutants or something. And the vibe of it is akin to those old like Gusher, I think, commercials.
Oh
And it
boy.
was just like it was silly, not like serious mutating, but it was like just strange enough to where one of my kids just went dead silent watching that thing, and he's just he and afterwards I'm like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Was that real?" I'm like, no.
No,
he
man, it's a
was he
movie.
was so disturbed. His parents told me the next day he had bad dreams about it.
Ooh,
They were like, "It's okay." He actually like they were saying he's actually pretty good about like scary things in movies. It's just every once in a while there's this line of uncanny that gets under his skin. So like they weren't upset about it. They were just like, what was it you guys were watching? People's heads were morphing? And I'm like, "Oh god." I'm sorry. Was that real? I'm sorry, kid. Oh my god.
we watched Dumbo, and he's just like laying in bed, uh, fully awake. Pink elephants, man. Just, just why? Pink elephants.
It's
Ah,
like in the Winnie the Pooh movie, like I think the first one that they made during the Heffalumps or Woozles song.
oh, that's another one.
When
Yeah.
I was a like the whole song, whimsical, delightful. I actually really liked basically all of it. But when I was a kid, there's like those hot air balloons, and like the mouth, like the bottom of the balloon turns into a mouth and just starts like sucking up all the honey. That image was very disturbing. Everything else totally fine, but the freaking hot air balloon, what the heck?
Yeah. Uh, Larry here was saying, for me, the most horrifying thing I saw as a kid was Raiders of the Lost Ark. Was not ready for that ending. Still
Oh
scared to this day.
boy.
It, and like that was visually disturbing to me as a teenager. So like
Yeah. Same.
you know, it's not every day you see someone's face melt off.
Gross.
For real, the pink elephant scared my mom as a kid. She's fine now, but kid mom just no. Oh man. Ambitious Duck, hello, welcome. It's been a good while,
I
actually. Hello. Says walked in on absolute silliness, and I'm so here for it. Yeah, we're just talking about childhood trauma. Uh, man, is there
um,
something that like everyone else said like scared them back in the day that like you look back on and you're just like no, that wasn't scary. For me, it's King Ramses from Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like so many
oh
kids were
yeah.
scared by that Return the Slab, but I was just over here like I think the effect's kind of cool.
I don't quite remember. I think I'd have to have somebody dig up an old memory about something and then see if it scared me or didn't scare me. Because I can't quite think of something like that. I remember the stuff, like, I think because you tend to remember the stuff that did scare you as opposed to things that didn't.
Yeah.
By Fantasy Flan. Show was very strange.
Uh, Ambitious Duck here says, I was traumatized by My Little Pony animations. Why did they give Fluttershy a chainsaw? Uh,
You will get traumatized if you see too many things on the internet. I'm surprised I managed to mostly avoid that.
yeah, kind of like, it helps that that KN and I also grew up in, an era where internet video wasn't so widespread
Yeah,
for a
we
good
did
bit.
grow up pre-YouTube, so it's not like it was like weird stuff wasn't easily accessible. You either had to go looking for it, or your dumb friend had to find it and be like, "Ha ha ha! Look at this." That's how we saw weird and disturbing things when Skull and I were youths.
Yeah, so not exactly easy access to like something like Mickey Mouse Goes to Vietnam or whatever.
Jeez.
Uh, you know, uh, like kids these days, like I feel like so bad for them, and this is like the old man in me speaking here and whatnot, but like when uh when I just like read these articles or see these news stories, whatever, about like these kids who are now just like so terminally online that like they can't tell an official like Super Mario thing just as an example from like someone's cheap just terrible quality YouTube video meant to
Uh-huh.
like get clicks and disturb people. Like that's just like like we need to have a talk, you know?
Yeah, and I've heard about that sort of thing before. Like they'll sit there and they'll absorb hours worth of this content, and it won't even really occur to them that that's not like that something's wrong here. And you're like, child, do you see what's happening on the screen right now? How has it not occurred to you that this is probably not officially from Nintendo?
Yeah.
Look what they did to Luigi.
Yeah. It's
I
so
don't even
weird.
know.
How's that stuff even getting on YouTube Kids? Oh well, that's simple. They did YouTube
Yeah,
Kids
that's easy.
they did YouTube Kids the lazy way, and just decided to connect it to the main site and pluck videos here and there from it.
Yeah,
Uh,
if it's animated in any way, shape, or form, of course it's for kids. You can swear, you can dismember, you can do anything you want. If it's got an animated character in it, it's for the 3-year-olds. Let's go.
what they should have done,
There's like no moderation in there. You can't even
yeah,
tell them. You can't even tell them yourself. You try to claim like no, this is not specifically made for kids. They don't believe you.
yeah, and
Sir?
like what they should have done was just like partner up with like a few companies. I'm sure like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, the BBC, so on and so on would have been completely fine with lending content to a completely separated YouTube Kids. Maybe strike some deals with some family friendly content creators as well, so there's still user generated content on there. That's what it should, and it just should have been completely 100% separated from the main YouTube. That way it could
Yeah,
be
it
like
really shouldn't be drawing resources from main YouTube.
that way it could have been secure, and everything is like have that stuff under lock and key essentially, and only have content from like trusted sources, and stuff. That's how they should have done it. How they did do it was incredibly lazy and ended up being bad for everyone involved. So
Yeah, I just remember a lot of those South Park clips on YouTube being changed to made for kids. I'm like, oh god,
oh dear.
there is no moderation happening here at all.
Oh man. Uh, Ambitious Duck has a very wholesome comment here. Says that reminds me of a book I read in like sixth grade where a dragon enchanted his father to disembowel himself in front of a kingdom.
Yay!
You know, for kids.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest, sometimes kids just like messed up stuff. They love messed up stuff.
And that and age has a lot to do with it as well. You know, because like the 90s was a very contentious time as far as like kids media was concerned. So like in any of the new cartoons or whatever, like, oh man, we can't have real guns in this. That's bad. You know, just, like uh, even the villains. If a robber has a gun in Spider-Man, he has to shoot lasers or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
and then like the same people who would demand these things would like just happily show their kids like Looney Tunes cartoons from the 40s where like they're just using real guns and smoking cigarettes and you know.
Yeah, shoot. It's an interesting terrain out there. Ooh. Oh. Really quick, pardon, Skull. I've got a incoming phone call. I'm gonna mute for a moment, then I'll be back.
That's all well and good.
Yes, be back in a moment.
Very cutesy, says Ambitious Duck. Oh yeah, good old Yu-Gi-Oh when it came out in America. Well, they just made those guns invisible. We're going to aggressively point our fingers at you, Kaiba. I can't believe that you would do something like that. Don't you know that's incredibly rude? Yugimoto sucks. Why couldn't you be in charge of YouTube Kids School? That sounds so much better. Hey, you know, if none of the colleges want me to teach about Sonic plush tubers, then YouTube, put me in charge of the kids app. I got you. Give it a few years, Sonic plush tubers will for sure be a course. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. I totally have the credentials to teach about such a subject. Give it to me, college. Hire me. What's your favorite Nickelodeon characters? Uh, Man, that's a good one. I wouldn't be able to say because like there's a good few Nickelodeon cartoons I definitely hold near and dear to my heart. Um, but then like sometimes I think about it and like I wonder if there should be an asterisk attached to like a certain character or a show or something. Like I feel very weird about the Fairly Odd Parents, for instance, being my favorite Nicktoon now. Uh, just because of how much it's been revealed that Butch Hartman is not a good guy. Uh, so it's like, you know, man, and you know, seasonal decline is one thing. Like that show did not do well with age in terms of like the writing quality over time. It was definitely better in its early seasons, uh, but like just to think about like the person behind all of it being, you know, not so great. Uh, you know, so like it just makes you feel weird about how much you enjoyed or enjoy the show or whatever. I don't know. But as far as like favorite individual character, I'm not sure. And that counts for like any of the shows. I miss the old SpongeBob seasons 1 to 3 were the best. Ah, yeah. Seasons 1 to 3 was like the golden era of SpongeBob. They had the creative minds behind it and everything. The movie as well. The movie should have just been the finale. I know they were planning on it and whatnot, but SpongeBob was just too much of a moneymaker. But sometimes you just kind of have to let things end naturally instead of beating the dead horse, as it were. There's a reboot of Fairly Odd Parents that came out this year. I haven't watched it yet. Apparently, it looks really good. I've seen clips here and there of it. I haven't been interested in checking it out personally. I think it's cool that they got like the old voice actors back for certain returning characters. Um, but like the art style of it just really puts me off. Like in my personal opinion, I think it looks pretty ugly. Uh, I could look past that though if say I gave it a chance and I thought that the writing was good. But that's just like I look at that show and I'm just like, this isn't vibing with me. Just looked up the board games that traumatized me as a kid, thinking, it can't have been that bad, but no, it's still scary. The board games, you say? I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone being traumatized by a board game. Was there a scary monster? Don't get me wrong, kid me would have been devastated if it skipped there or stopped there. And I do like some post movie stuff, but now it's just not even watchable in the modern day. Uh, I did hear. I've only seen one episode from like the era when Steven Hillenberg like came back. Uh, I heard that it like improved during those years, but I wouldn't be able to like tell you for sure of like my opinion on that. I wouldn't doubt it, considering it's the guy who like created the show. Uh, but yeah, the only one that I saw of that era was like the one where uh, all the sea creatures like turn more realistic, and Sandy has to help them. And I thought that was actually a pretty good episode. I got some Tebow from iCarly, Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life, Cat Dog from Cat Dog, and my number one favorite, Jenny Wakeman from My Life as a Teenage Robot. Ah, man. Teenage Robot. That was one I was pretty, like, casually into, uh, back in the day. I'd like to seek it out, to be honest, and, watch some more of it. I definitely remember, when they were, burning off, like, the final episodes, uh, at, like, 6 in the morning, uh, in like early '09 or whatever. So it was like these episodes that had aired like all over the world, but not in the United States until then. I was watching it and I was like, I've never seen this one before. Like, what's going on? And they did that for like a little while. It was just a really interesting way of just being like, okay, yeah, we aired it. You know?
Hello! Sorry about that.
Oh my.
It's my other work's cropping up. There's inquiries abound, but I've got a few more minutes. I'll stay over here and hang out and go deal with the rest of that later.
Yeah.
What did
Uh,
I miss?
we're just kind of vibing about cartoons now. Goodness. Probably should cut things off here pretty soon on account of the fact that I need to wake up at a decent hour tomorrow, and
Like
whatnot.
almost 8 o'clock for you right now, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm like, apparently I'm gonna be going sometime between 10 and 11 in the morning, so I'd like to get up at no later than like 6. So uh,
That sounds smart.
yeah. Um, so I think what I'm gonna end it here with is actually like kind of like alluded to it, I guess, on the Sonic Song stream earlier, but uh, if and you guys want some more fun and whatnot, I am going to be doing a charity stream on November 2nd. Hopefully, I'll be doing some like regular streams in the time in between, but we do this thing every year for the Extra Life program of Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. It's called uh, uh, I was going to say it's called Extra Life, but I already mentioned it. But it's game day, Saturday, November 2nd. There's some information here uh, regarding that. We do a big old marathon every year. And there's going to be a few segments. I'm going to be playing like the Generations side of Sonic X Shadow Generations. Uh, then we got Shadow the Hedgehog is being played. We're going to do a segment where one of the hosts creates a Sonic OC based on prompts from the audience. And then we're going to put that OC up for adoption uh, through a raffle. And
Ooh.
Tails the Prower, who was here earlier, is going to be playing GoldenEye 007. Um, but there's a lot more to it than that. You know, we got plenty of like donation tiers, so certain things that we're going to be doing depending on how much money we end up raising, with the ultimate goal being a continuation of QDT Cat and I's Sonic X rewrite. So Danny and I will team up, you know, once again uh, to you know, rewrite the show and do a couple streams and some timed art challenges and whatnot based on that. Um, to Daffy Devin and Leanne, thank you so much for stopping by, and you guys have a good night. Uh, but we got that we got like raffles as well. So for certain prizes, so like for $5, for instance, if you donate $5, then you'll be put into a raffle for like a personalized voice clip. And then we got like other ones for a couple of Sonic comic compilations. We got uh, one like I mentioned the OC adoptable, and then like some plushes of Yoshi and the Baby Mario Bros. That's one set, and then we got like a Knuckles and Shadow set going on, and then the big giveaway is a physical copy of Sonic X Shadow Generations. Um,
Ooh.
so for all the information on that, I did put a video in the description below. So uh, yeah, or not the description, but in the chat here. So if you guys want in on that, KN's a part of like the voice clip raffle. So uh, all the information is in that video, and it's going on Saturday, November 2nd. So in addition to me being at Symphony tomorrow, then we've got this charity event going on in just a few weeks, Saturday, November 2nd. And it starts, I'm going to make it as close to 2 p.m. Eastern time as possible. Uh, so yeah. Uh, But I think that's going to do it here for today's stream. And once again, I apologize for the very strange technical problems that cut off the Three and Knuckles playthrough. But I hope that you guys had a good time chit-chatting and everything. In the meanwhile, KN, thank you so much for facilitating yet another double stream event.
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me. Thank all of you guys for coming to hang out with us today.
Cheer, buddy. Uh, and I don't know what I'm going to be streaming next or when it's going to be, but I hope, especially for all the new subscribers, actually. I gained 12 today, or no, 14 actually.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
thank you all to the new subscribers. I hope that you guys like what you see if you decide to stick around. Uh, but yeah, uh, whenever the next stream is going to be, I hope that you enjoyed this one enough to stick around and see some more. So, with all that said, guys, I have been skull902.
This has been KN from SonicSong182.
Thank you for watching and have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.